Another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. Today we went simple, old school, Jim Beam.
Didn't taste simple, I'll tell you that much.
And how was your day, Popeyes? But go ahead. Tell us who's here, Mr. Magazine.
All right. First off the box, an awesome Artie Mike. How's it going? Gracious Guide Guru. How are you doing today? Marvelous Michael. Cool Kelly. Poor Popeye. Awesome Antiquarian Bookman. Jovial Jimmy Flippet. And lovely Linda as well. Oh, hold on. Nice Nova's in the house. Okay, go.
So sometimes the shows aren't going to go the way we planned.
Really?
I was going to say there wasn't much going on in the glitch world this week.
Until
eBay came through with us, as everybody's well aware.
Oh,
boy.
They called it a SHIT storm.
An S storm, yes. Sugar honey iced tea storm, yep.
Yep.
Extra 13th. Why don't we lead off with this over here? This week's winner of Glitch of the Week. Anybody who is unaware, check your accounts. eBay has been charging people for Gallery Plus in areas where it shouldn't be charged for. It's charging people for Bold when they're not even using Bold. I noticed it this morning, and I put a video up today as well. I noticed it this morning when I was listing a postcard over on Vivs-Views, and it actually said that there would be $1 charge on the postcard for the Gallery Plus. And I said, I thought that was free. That's weird. So I took it off and did not put it through. And that was at about 4:30 to 4:45 this morning, something rather like that, Eastern time. And then I went and I used bulk edit and I took it off of all of the listings over on Vivs-Views. Turns out that it was a site-wide glitch and it hit Popeye for a little bit of money.
What was the rhyme or reason, though? Because Popeye got hit hard. I only had a few. You had more than me.
Well, I had, as Mr. Magazine was saying before the show, it hit me and it hit Popeyes, both of us, for basically our basically one whatnot sale. So it hit Popeyes for $13,000 and hit me for $18. So
I was going to say 18 cents, but okay, yeah.
Well, gross.
Or
gross sale, not.
Makes sense.
But it seems to be, from what I could tell, because I checked on the 18 items that had been hit, there were photographs, there were postcards, and then there were some things in the souvenirs area, souvenir states. So souvenir New York State, certain categories. And I wrote down the first one occurred at, and this is all eBay time, on Papergoy. The first one occurred at 2:34 eBay time, which would be 5:34 Eastern.
It's like talking about earthquakes.
And the last one occurred at 10:01, which would be 1:01 p.m. So basically from 5 o'clock to 1 o'clock this afternoon was when the charges went through for me. But I only got 18 of them. You only got 3 of them.
Yeah.
Some other people are getting hit with some crazy money.
Are they going back into their system and fixing them automatically for everyone, or you have to like find it and then email and then they fix it?
They say it's a known issue, but we have received no guidance at this point.
Oh, nice.
Auction Professor, definitely check out his video. Popeyes has a video. You can see the link to his video. I put it underneath the video that I posted this afternoon. Auction Professor calmly addressed the issue this afternoon. Definitely check that out too if you haven't already. So that was probably I would call that at this point the glitch of the year.
Of all glitches, yeah.
The glitch of the year at this point. Wow. Because of course it could take your money out of your bank account, things like that. It can definitely hurt a lot of people. So definitely do check. If you check the comments below the video I posted this afternoon, I figured out, people pointed out an easier way to check on how to do it as well. So definitely do check that out. Just go to payment summary. So the payments tab on your eBay, go to summary, and then go to your total funds, and that'll show all of the things that have been coming out of it. So that's a quick, easy way to do it, nice. As opposed to how I told you to do it this afternoon.
Took a while that way.
There we go. Guide Guru. Yeah. Where Jim Beam is.
Ferocious Feral Girls in the house. How's it going? Marvelous Michael. Marvelous, Michelle. Cool is the other side of the pillow. Calamity's in the house. How's it going? And what's Artie got to say here?
Did you ever see my Sylvie that you shipped last week? I'm thinking, Artie, you shouldn't be piling on Popeye. He's had a tough day today. He's had a tough day.
Sure, Purple's in the house. How's it going? Am I going to say this right or wrong? Meridy's in the house.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
You'll find out.
Oh, Anik. Anik's in the house. How's it going? There we go.
You said right.
Yep. I don't worry about pronouncing this stuff right. Jazzy Jeff. Awesome AJ13. Wonderful. eBay needs me. Of course they need more. Yes. Yeah. Super SMP. How's it going?
$18, man. I'm feeling it. Look.
Just $3 for me.
Look, got no money in my pockets. I'm feeling it.
Powerful Papers in the house. How's it going? And we're gonna go with Tender Troy today. How you doing?
Tender Troy. Wow, nice.
They did that last year too.
Wow.
Crazy.
All right. So it's happened before. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good for you.
Oh, good. Very good. Very good. Especially if you're selling into postcards. That seems to be where people are getting hit.
Lovely Lori's in the house.
Okay.
Wow. All right. I guess it did.
Wow.
Well, I guess we didn't know. So
yeah, they might
charge our account. We didn't even realize.
They might still have some of my money.
Jeez. All right. Fun Flying Disc Contractor. How you doing? Smash it.
You're right. Yep. And I think a lot of people are doing that, Kelly. I think a lot of people want to see where this is all going to fall out. I've had a couple of people comment to me as well saying the same thing. They're like, not relisting, not doing anything whatsoever till I see. Somebody or other had commented that they had 50 items they were trying to relist, and eBay was trying to charge them $29. And they said, wait a minute, something's wrong on that. Yeah, exactly. And they caught it before they relisted it, so it didn't end up being a problem.
Amazing Amazon seller. How you doing? Jazzy Jackass is in the house.
Did not get hit. Okay.
Oh, good. Good for you.
Nice.
All right. Let's see what else we got going on here.
Offers the last few days. Oh, geez. A little bit of everything going on.
Marvelous Michael.
Of course.
You know who else is marvelous?
Marvelous.
Mr. Hot Wheels is marvelous.
Marvelous.
Nice new views in the house.
Hey, new to you. How you doing?
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, geez.
Very cool, yeah.
You're going to get the late shipping on that there, Mr. Retro?
Sounds interesting.
Taking one for the team. Exactly. Yeah, really. Thank you, Popeyes. Thank you.
Late on dealing postcards. Jeez.
Nightmare. Feel for it. Going back and forth with them regarding them thinking I was a Oh,
jeez.
Jeez.
Yep.
You know, something. Anybody that says reselling is easy, it's not. There's always something going on. I've heard some people say it's not work. It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
They should be. I don't want to say.
Drawn and quartered.
All right. Dollars and Sensible Treasures is in the house. How you doing?
Some of those Amazon seller attorneys, they are a scam.
Sure.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
Ooh, wow.
Hold on. Well, now I know when I get booted off Amazon not to use them.
I think that's 2 out of 3, and the next one's 3 out of 3. Amazon does not offer any information they claim to have for my association with the random New York company. It must be for me watching.
Of course.
Yes. Blame it on us.
Yeah.
Blame it on us. Blame it on the rain.
Yeah, Millie and Vanilli over here. Yeah, there you go. Can't hurt.
How about sales, Mr. Magazine?
Well, I'm not going to be as jovial as last week.
Oh, you're going to be more jovial than Popeyes.
That's for sure. eBay seemed to, going a little bit of a downward spiral for me. Sales are a little, they're getting putrid compared to what they were at. So it's, I can still live with it. I'm not used to it. This is the lowest it's been, this week, all year right now. So.
But that raises a question. And if everybody else could let us know how your sales are, it makes me wonder now.
Amazon's been a little low too, so it could be something going on with the Super Bowl carryover.
Right, that was my excuse is Valentine's Day, Super Bowl, good weather, all that stuff going on out there.
Yeah.
And then somebody or other pointed out. Well, I emailed Ina from E-commerce Bites, and she actually put the. I was actually the first person that she quoted in a story that she put up there. She didn't say who it was. She just said an eBay seller. But apparently I was the first person to point it out to her. Pat myself on the back here for that one over there. But somebody else pointed out that eBay, I guess this week is when they are putting in their changes to the fees and increasing the fees. So it makes you wonder if they're not doing a bunch of stuff as far as updating a site and all that stuff as well. And obviously this was a glitch, but you wonder too if they're not just doing updates and all this stuff, and for some reason or other traffic's not coming by also.
I mean, another thing too, we lost one employee that had some issues that I want to say he was stealing time from me. We'll leave it at that. And then we had another employee that, we were cutting his hours back because he wasn't doing a really good job, and he left. So we lost 2 employees that it's kind of good that they're gone, but now we have to have our listers help pull orders so they can't list as much. That might be another reason why we're not getting as much stuff on as we normally do. But we'll hire someone and we'll get back to,
Right. And that's exactly, my sales are low this week, but I'm blaming it on, I really have not been listing very much. I've just been busy. I haven't listed a lot whatsoever.
Right.
And when you don't list a lot, you don't tend to get that many, sales as well. So
we got Triple J's in the house. We got Local Joe's in the house, and Delightful Dawn as well.
Oh, this is kind of funny too. So
my dog ate my fire stick, in case you're wondering.
Probably got an auction professor shout out today. Yes, he did. Indeed, he did. Couple sales have been steady. Okay. Yep.
Right. A little putrid with a capital
P.
With
a capital P. Ooh. Now it's a trickle. Yeah. And I think
it be,
sounds like everybody is kind of slowed down this week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy how that happens.
Pretty me.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Actually, go back and dance. I think she spelled A wrong. They're pretty A, because isn't that what Canadians say? A after everything.
Exactly.
My sales are pretty A. Up, but they feel sluggish. 30%. Yeah, probably compared to what they were.
Oh,
okay, nice.
All right, can't argue with that.
Super Bowl Sunday was horrible. That was a horrible day.
Nice and new to you going on here. Sales have been dead. Yeah, it's too bad. Just going around. It's like a virus.
So been trying whatnot, making some gains there. There you go. Yeah. I sold 2 items.
Those are words that Paperboy never said.
No, that's not true. I sold 2 items this auction instead of 1. So I'm making some gains too.
Okay, is that what it's called? All right.
Okay, that's good. Right. Well, and actually that brings up the next thing over here. Promoted. I only sold 45 items in my last reporting period. 22 of them were promoted, so that's 50%. Okay. Only got 138 offers that I could make to watchers. I'd been running 190 to 200, so only 138. So that definitely is less traffic, less people hitting the items. 39 of them were old, so 40 out of 138. So that's pretty heavy on the new.
Yeah.
And 60 fewer. It's down 50% or 40% or whatever it was from the prior number of offers.
Crazy.
Sales been sucking the last 7 to 10 days. Don't know why items that were selling multiple units daily are only 1 per day or less.
Yeah, Amazon's been down a little bit. It's weird. Yeah.
Jeez. Spotty. I think it charged 13. Yeah, that's true.
I agree. Yep.
That's true.
You and me both. Yep.
Yeah, yep, that's true. I just got that today. When I downloaded my turned the computer off and said, "Do you want to update?" And I go, "Yeah, I guess." Started cross-listing other sites, which I normally don't bother with. Okay. Cool. Yep. And speaking of other sites, 2 items sold on $1 Million Peddlers over on eBay. 4 items on Etsy, and we sold an item on Biblio.
Oh, nice.
Biblio is in Fuego.
All right. Marvelous Memphis. How's it going?
Yep. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Memphis Blazer did mention that too. Yep. Gets the refund when he guys.
Beautiful barbers in the house. How's it going?
How about buys? You been buying anything? Anybody out there buying anything? How about you, Mr. Magazine?
I'm trying to cut down my buying. It's hard, but I'm trying to buy even smarter than I say I was buying before. I'm tightening up the noose a little bit. If it's a deal, if it's something I can use, something that's hot and trending that I can flip, I'm buying it. If it's one of those slow rollers, long tail, or not a good deal or low profit, I'm staying away from it. So I'm trying to save up some money, and just buy smart.
How about anybody else? Anybody else out there buying? So Paperboy, okay. So Paperboy had a Friday. He was driving around for his day job, and he saw a estate sale on estatesales.net. lifetime collection, 50 years collection. And he saw some pictures. It looked pretty good.
Okay.
And then he looked at it, and it was 3 blocks away from his house. He said, I think I can sneak out of work long enough to go to that. I've collected better things this year than the sale collected in the last 50 years. Don't want to put down anybody's collection. I ended up buying 2 books for $2 a piece. However, I went down into the basement and they had some records. And the top record is an early Rolling Stones. I go, wow. Next record is Jethro Tull Aqualung. Wow. Next record is like a Fleetwood Mac. Next record is Emerson Lake. I go, these are really good records.
Yeah.
How are these possibly still there? Wow. I put them down and I looked at my fingers and they were black. Then I looked up at the sign on the wall. Records are moldy.
No.
Be careful. $2 a piece.
Did they have gloves?
No.
No gloves, huh?
You know how much difficulty Paperboy has in throwing things out.
Yes.
Paperboy would not have taken these. Paperboy would have actually thrown these out.
Yeah.
It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
What's the limit, though? Pink Floyd, what are you throwing out, not throwing out?
I would have thrown them out because they literally were that bad. They were literally,
bad.
you pick them up and your fingers are just black.
Now, were the vinyls mint? Because then it's another story. Like, could they be crappy covers? But you got, a Fleetwood Mac Rumors first pressing that's mint. So,
I wouldn't even want to go through.
There's got to be a line to cross where it's worth it. I don't know, for $2. Oh, jackass. Let's see. Yeah, all right. We'll shh. He's down here again. Hold on.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in an estate sale. Oh, good until today.
Yeah.
Okay. You wonder too, Barbara, if that's not a glitch too, if they're just not showing you the things to send out. You never know on that. So then I texted a buddy of mine that goes to sales and I said, hey, do not waste your time going to the sale. There's absolutely nothing there.
Right.
He said, oh, I went to this other sale and I bought 60 magazines from 1890s to the 1930s. And I go, oh, rub it in. Why don't you? And so
were they moldy?
Mold was extra. It was, you have to get that on the side. I said, geez. I ended up going to that other sale the next day and found out he paid $3 a piece and he picked up all the old magazines except one. He'd missed one. I did buy a few playbills, including some signed playbills for 50 cents a piece. Bernadette Peters signed playbill, a Marlo Thomas signed playbill. I figured for 50 cents, you cannot go wrong on that. And then I picked up another item at that sale that I'll be showing you just a little bit later. Mr. Magazine was drooling over it right before the show. That I picked up over there as well. So we'll be showing you that for the item of the week this week. And I have a buy on Saturday.
Oh, good.
Gentleman needs to put a new roof on his house and he wants to, they basically told him clean the attic out before they put the roof on it.
Oh, what's he got?
Books and toys.
Oh, toys. Something you might be flipping.
It's something I very well may be flipping.
What decade are the toys from?
That I have no idea whatsoever. I just know toys and I know he wants the stuff out of there. And then I had my day job today. I stopped by and the auditor that I had bought the stuff from her estate, her father's estate when he passed, I was talking with her a little bit and she goes, hey, if you've got photos and they're the old metal kind of photos, I go, tintypes, are they worth anything? And I talked to her a little bit about what she had. And then I mentioned to her the cabinet cards, the cabinet cards, what those are. She goes, oh, I've been throwing those out. I said, no, don't throw those out. She goes, oh, okay, I'll throw them all in a box for you. You can have them. I said, thank you. So
we'll find a happy home.
They indeed will. So those once I get them from her, they'll be coming to a whatnot auction near you. And that's one of those things, though, people don't know. She's like, she's thinking, who would possibly want these photos?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can find a home for them. Trust me, I can find a home for them. That would be nice, Guide Guru. That would be very, very nice.
That would be nice if I had a tax return giving me money.
Oh, please. All right, we're going to head on into, well, we've already handled the big glitch of the week. There was one other minor glitch of the week. To whatnot shows and make them for eBay glitch. I feel for you. I feel for you, Popeyes. Times are tough all over. But on the bright side, when they finally credit your account back in 3 to 4 years, it'll be like found money.
Great. Yeah.
We found money.
Listing for free for a month.
Resisting urge to buy during Paper Palooza, and then about 600 postcards for $1 each. Can't go wrong.
Don't list them on eBay until they fix the glitch.
Yes. Yeah, you can spend $600 on a gallery. Actually, what you should do, Kelly, list them all with Gallery Plus, get a free day or two, and then complain to eBay they overcharged you.
Yeah,
See? Get a couple free days of it. Being very see, that's what everybody seems to be doing, being very selective on stuff there.
Yeah.
Popeye's postcards use poor materials handling skills for the record. Well, what do you expect? He's got $13,000. He's got to cut costs everywhere.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Online local auction, I tend to stay away from any high bid auctions unless they are local. Yeah, that's probably a smart idea on that. The only other small glitch that I found was with the band hammer. I went to block bidders, and it said the following users were not valid and therefore were not added to your list. And I go, geez, I wonder if I typed the name in wrong or something. And so I refreshed the page, and he was right there on my list. So it was a cheese farm. Yeah, right. Mold right down the vinyl. Yeah, it was disgusting.
Hopefully mold. Yeah. Thank you.
There you go, Jeff. We can talk. I paid 50 cents each on these, so. Did I miss the Super Bowl again? Who won? As my one buddy would say to be annoying, the team with the most points. They clean up usually, get them super cheap. It took me a couple months, but I clean up a few hundred. Okay.
Cool.
Oh, very good, Jackass. Yeah. No, these were $2 a piece. I mean, I'm sure there were some buys in there, but I picked through like 5 of them. My fingers were disgusting. And I said, nope. Oh, 55,000 postcards. Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess we'll do the item of the week now. So it's actually 2 items. You can hold one, Mr. Magazine. I'll hold the other.
Okay.
So I was right near the checkout after getting the playbills and all that, and I saw these. And I'm like, oh, photo albums. Okay, no big deal. And then I started opening them up. And what they are is these are all movie star photos. Apparently the person had sent away. And there's also Gene Krupa, Lawrence Welk, Cab Calloway, and a fair number of them are actually signed. So I was having Mr. Magazine go through them for me. They wanted, that goes this way. They wanted you can show a few of those there. They wanted $250 on these, and it was 30% off. So they were it was $175. And just so many different photos in here. And you will find collections like this when you're going on out there. Because I know Craig Farmer from Vintage Syndicate and Ephemera, he's had a few similar collections out there. Even just the postcards that aren't signed, they're $5 each for the movie postcards minimally. A couple of exhibit cards, things like that in there. So you never know what you can find. How many would you guess are probably in here overall? Any idea?
100 or more.
Yeah. So say there's 100 of them. I paid $1.75 a piece for them with a number of them autographed. So do keep your eyes open for this kind of thing. They definitely are out there.
And if they're not up your alley and you don't do much of that and someone else does, and this other person has like good graded comics, you might want to trade some of them or even some Star Wars cards too. Who knows? And what do I know?
Who knows? There's
who's putting who on the spot now?
A world of possibilities. Or if you ever wanted to just start a collection, it's the perfect time to do it.
Yeah. Oh, Papergoy, I'm jealous.
I don't know. That's not Papergoy. It's Mark.
Oh, sorry. I can't read it. That shot still.
$1 Million Peddler's Magic. Oh, there we go. Yep.
Molly Wop. Cool name. Marvelous Molly.
I do use Shopify to populate it, but it is actually a standalone, papergoy.com. Yep. But you reach out to me, and I'll tell you what we did and how we did it. Yep. Okay. Tried to print a single label and couldn't.
Jeez. Crazy.
Few insulting offers of the week this week.
It seems to be less and less, unless I'm just like sick of it. I mean, I delete a lot of them, but they're not. If they're really bad, I can send them to you.
Well, these were all yours.
Oh, cool.
Pocket Cars Corvette. Mr. Magazine wanted $50 on it. He got a $15 offer on it.
Well, this is funny because this is the yellow Corvette.
Okay.
This guy, I don't know how many offers he's allowed unless he's using another person, but he must have made over 5 or 6 offers. And every time he's telling me this is all it's worth. This is all it's worth. Yet I've sold multiple Corvettes unopened, like for 50 or more, So, I just let him do his thing. He's entertaining.
Mr. Magazine had an autographed baseball, including Fred McGriff, Bobby Cox, a few other people. He was asking $95 on it. He got a $15 offer.
The new balls nowadays sell for $20, unsigned. And it's a vintage ball.
So. Did model kits? They did not go well. That's good to know.
We're having a little trouble with our model kits as well. All the sealed ones sell on eBay. We price them to sell because I meant them right. But if they're opened and you take pictures of them, they gotta have instructions, decals, and so forth, and the parts. And we'll say not complete or no decals, and they'll still buy them and complain there's no decals. So you can't win.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, there's 2 of us. Yeah.
Mr. Magazine.
So we just had one, and what ended up not being a big 2-day experience. JSA came maybe a month ago, and they were short-staffed, and a lot of the stuff I had, the guy that came in wasn't an expert on, meaning the celebrity stuff, wrestling.
So I should hold on to those.
Playboys, exactly. He was more looking for the higher end stuff, the more famous people that he knocked off. So I had 1,200 autographs.
I have a Janet Gaynor in there.
I see that. Yeah.
Is that famous enough?
She's not alive, so yeah.
Is that famous enough for him?
Anywho, so I had 1,200 autographs. They're supposed to knock them off in 2 days. I think they did maybe 300, and because they only did 300, I did not get the discount pricing, which kind of sucked. Which it's not my fault, So now they're telling me they're coming back in May, and then they're telling me I can send stuff in 100, 200 pieces at a time, which I really don't want to do that because they want me to take all the photos out of sleeves and just ship them loose in a box. And they could get damaged. So I don't know what I'll do. But, at least in May, if I own more things like that, I can get them done in May. And I would have to pay $15 or more out of my pocket. So, hey, it is what it is.
Oh, wow.
Are those your Toy Stories?
Yes, they are. Mr. Magazine, an X-Men 42 restored 6.5 CGC. He was asking $118 on it. Got a $40 offer. So 1/3 of value.
Yeah, I mean, even if I'm high and it's worth 80 or 90, he's still offering half. So,
well, what did it cost to grade?
About $40.
Yeah, he's asking for a grading thing on it. And then Mr. Magazine had a Taekwondo Times magazine, $16. A guy offered $1. Apparently, he thought you were at the flea market and he could offer $1 on it. That's kind of crazy on that. Knock on wood, as I mentioned at the Whatnot auction, that is one of the only areas that New York, believe it or not, we have laws against everything in the world. That is one of the areas where we do not regulate it very heavily whatsoever. And again, as I mentioned when I was doing the Whatnot, it's a whole different world than a live auction. It really, truly is, especially if you're auctioning off your own items and that, and the sites have rules, and they're, regardless of whether I have an auctioneer's license or not, there are still rules I have to follow.
Yeah.
I can't tell you that I'm selling you that whole thing of that whole photo album and I sell it to you for $100 and then I don't send it to you. Right. I mean, there are laws against all that kind of things.
Or you keep all the real autographs and just send all the stamped ones.
Yeah, right. But I think they're all real. Yeah,
right,
exactly. Right. Yeah, there are laws against all that kind of stuff. So I don't know on that.
Thank you. I'm going to take that as a compliment, regardless of how you meant it.
But the main thing before the glitch of the week ended up taking the show over this time. That is very true, Ben. Ben lives in Ohio, and he had his last Paperpalooza was his last auction for a while. A couple of customer issues were going to be the big problem this week.
Okay.
So Mr. Magazine sold something. That's not the big news. The big news is
Raquel Welch passed away.
Oh, that is pretty big.
Thanks to the famous foot wedge.
Oh, they're definitely going to sell. I wouldn't necessarily raise the price. I would just expect that they're all going to sell.
Oh yeah,
you're definitely going to get much.
Say this one.
Probably, but until they do, whee!
I knew that was coming.
So Mr. Magazine got an email. Oops, we'll answer that in 1 second here. It was for a Sandman #4 comic book that he sold. You guys placed my package in my mailbox rather than outside my door And because of how unprofessional the person delivering was, my comic book is freaking bent severely. You people need better delivery, folks, because this was so stupid. I am beyond peed because that comic book was not cheap at all. Shame on you people. And
I just responded nice and said, sorry, sir, but we did not deliver your.
As I'm reading it, I think they thought you were Amazon.
Oh,
I think they thought they bought it from Amazon and you're an Amazon delivery person.
I said I didn't deliver it. The post office did. Complain to your local post office, and they responded, "Okay, sorry, thank you." so, hey, whatever works.
Yeah. That's a good question right there. How do you decline offers? It depends. If it's super low, sometimes I'll say funny when I decline it. If it's an insulting offer, if it's just a little less than I need, I might say, you do realize that it's free shipping or something other like that. If it's kind of in that mid ground, I just decline it. How about you, Mr. Magazine? You do more counters than I do.
I do counters if I think I can get somewhere close to what I want out of it. Anything else, I rarely decline unless they're annoying me, or if they send 30 of them and I'll decline one and just ignore the rest. But I do a lot of ignoring when they're real insulting. I don't even waste my time because, if I have something for 50 and you're offering me 5 or 10, are we really going to come to an agreement? I mean, it's it's so insulting that you're insulting my intelligence. Like, even if I'm high on it and say it's worth
and that's
40,
hard to do.
Exactly. But say I'm asking 50 and it's worth 40. Okay, you want to ask 25 or 30? We might be able to meet somewhere. But you're offering 5 or 10. I mean, there's no shot. Very rare.
Yeah, sell similar. You tried that once, and I've not tried it, but
never again. It was a nightmare with all my listings, and it did not work out well.
So, without saying anything, okay, yep. And thank you.
Well, finally, someone is.
Wow.
I wasn't thinking. First thing out of my mouth. I'm sorry. I'm really not that mean.
Mr. Magazine he was selling a clone Commander Cody Star Wars toy. This was probably the best message anybody has ever sent. And I know I'm hyping it up.
I'm trying to remember what this one was. I know I had another doozy. Is this a doozy?
But they emailed Mr. Magazine about, and let me repeat, it is about a clone Commander Cody Star Wars toy. What they emailed him in Amazon literally said, "Dance, please."
Oh, yeah. That was a good one. Yeah. That was a good one. Yeah.
So apparently you're Mr. Bojangles now.
Or they're just on something. They're on something, yeah. Or they want to see if the figure will dance. Like if I'll take a video of the figure dancing.
No idea. It literally said "dance, please." No further explanation or anything. "Dance, please."
But I think I sent you another one that they were rude or mean today. I don't know if you got it that time.
Well, there's some more.
Okay,
We're not done with the cut. I told you this is a big part of today's show.
Exciting.
Mr. Magazine was selling an elf collectible hand puppet on eBay. He was selling it for $77. He got a mean email from a customer. "This sells for $34.99 at Target. I'm reporting you for gouging, which is illegal." So Mr. Magazine has now been reported for gouging. A couple of arguments I'd like to make. Number one, gouging tends to refer to times of emergency, and you're selling things like water and gas and things like that are needed.
Right.
As wonderful as an elf collectible hand puppet may be, it's probably not a necessity.
Right.
And number two, not everybody can go to Target. Not everybody has a Target in their area. Right. It might be sold out of their Target.
When they first came out, I got a guy that gets them on discount or however he gets them, or he finds them in the, like damaged or something. So he sells them to me cheaper. But they were hot when they first came out. So they were selling for like $70 to $100 at first. And maybe after time more starts showing up and they drop a little bit. We can't keep up with changing the price. Yeah. So just make a lower offer or just ignore it, move on. You don't have to buy any of it.
They're trying to push listings pay per click. Yep. Then the other one Mr. Magazine got, which he was talking about, somebody were they sewing patterns?
Yes.
They were sewing patterns, but they bought one, then they bought another one a little later, another one a little later. They ended up buying 5. They ended up going out in 2 different packages. Well, they wanted a big refund on shipping, and we gave them a refund on shipping. And then they were complaining about the amount of the refund. And Mr. Magazine said, well, they went out in 2 separate packages. And then they said, well, I paid for 4 separate packages, so they should have gone out in 4, not realizing.
But they wanted combined shipping. That's the funny part.
So then they answered, "That's your excuse? They should have been shipped in 4 groups since I paid 5 times. I am one of eBay's biggest buyers. I deal with more sellers than you'd ever imagine.
Wow.
In over 20 years on eBay, this will be the first time I will leave negative feedback. Enjoy."
Well, I can't. He's one of eBay's largest buyers or sellers.
Buyers. One
Buyers.
of the biggest
Wow.
buyers. Yep.
It's odd because my $12 items, I think he offered like $6-7 on them. So he's really a big spender there. Did we ban him?
We will. Yeah. Well, there's glitches going on over there too. Yep.
Yeah.
Geez, my ship now is missing from the computer. Oh boy.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Hey. Yep. So they're definitely moving things around. Maybe they're trying to raise more funds and they're going to hit everybody with $2 charges. Popeye's still got a little money left in his account. Just saying. eBay for Business replied to me concerning the Gallery Plus fee. Oh, we got to see that. Clicked right down on Popeye's next one.
All right.
Thank you for that. I reviewed the Gallery Plus in your listings. It looks like they were placed in all your listings showing the fee. Oh, what? I will 100% in court say that until this morning, it was 0. Gallery was 0 because Viv's Views only lists postcards, and it was 0. This morning, it was $1. It absolutely did say $1. The 18 items that I was charged $1 each on, I spot checked 3 of them today. All 3 of them, when I click on them, says gallery price 0. So it was just a glitch that was in there, and they were charging $1, and now they're back to free again. Wow. At least on those items right there. That's crazy, Popeyes.
Very crazy.
That is. I would not be happy.
You know what's worse than crazy? Elf gouges are the worst.
Well, yes. No, not that kind of elf. ALF. Alien life form.
Panini Paul's in the house. How's it going?
Let's see what Popeye says in his next one. And we're real time. Is not refundable. This feature allows buyers. Oh my goodness gracious.
That's a sick name.
Breaking news. Oh boy. Evil gouger, yes. Keep going on Popeyes. This is fascinating. If you edited your items in bulk, click the buy. Yeah, no. Absolutely. It has been free until yesterday. Today it was $1 charge. I absolutely know that.
Did they raise it from free to $1?
They're not supposed to have,
okay,
no,
right.
Because now items are back with free again in there. It's possible this feature to be in a single list and Gallery Plus is checked. They're here with you.
Nice.
Oh, that's very nice of them.
Embracing.
Very nice of
so
them.
Embracing.
Oh, make sure to notate the account about the issue. Have a great rest of your night.
Oh my, this is Kelly's got it right on. OMG. Wow.
Wow. Oh, many.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Wow, Popeyes. Wow.
Jeez. Why just
Popeye? Oh my goodness gracious.
Wow.
Sheesh. Oh, thank you, Jackie Jack.
So am I. This is a good one. This is a doozy tonight.
This really is. We may not have any time for our regular show, which is absolutely fine because this is amazing. So I had we're going to go back. Only got charged $4. I bulk edited a gallery out of my listings. Oh yeah, I got 18. That's good, Paul.
eBay, yeah.
So I had a Life magazine. The person complained shipping's too high. Then they yelled at me that
free shipping.
Well, it's on $1,000,000.peddlers where I charge shipping.
Yeah.
They go, it only weighs 11 ounces. Now I'm holding it in my hand and it's over a pound.
Well, I think they want you to take out tear out 20 pages and go, now it does.
You know what shipping to California on a 2-pound item is?
$13, $14.
$17.
Oh, 17 now?
17.
Holy
so they were getting quoted 17, which I said, that's outrageous. I went on the post office website. It's $17.
Wow.
So they're screaming at me that it's shipping's too high, which I said, I agree with you.
Well, I usually tell them, I'm in New York. That's why it's too high.
Well, I said, I agree with you. It's too high. That's outrageous. Right. I said, I would not buy it if I were you either. I said, I wouldn't pay $17
did
shipping.
They give it to some other people or media mailing it for $5?
No, they did not try that. No.
That's good.
I said, I understand. I would certainly not buy it with $17 shipping, but I did want you to know, sir, I do know how to work a scale.
Exactly.
Just so I know how to put something on a scale and read what it says.
See, Brian, how's it going? Brian's in the house.
That is very true.
Exactly. Yeah. Or well, I would call Tiffany in Nevada.
I would call. There you go.
That's just me.
Call Tiffany's in New York City, and then $13,000. You can probably buy like a pen
or a bag that a diamond goes into. Just a bag.
So I got a trademark infringement on Amazon, Mr. Magazine.
Wow, shame on you.
Trademark infringement for a Mickey Mouse comic book that I used the word Mickey Mouse.
How are you supposed to sell it?
I don't know. So I went in and I deleted the listing, of course, because, it's a trademark violation. Got a problem. I logged in this morning and I had 0 trademark violations. So that is actually, it's silly that it would be a trademark violation,
right?
But that's actually reasonable if they alert you and then you act on it by removing it and it doesn't affect your policy because your account, because obviously I don't know that, because I've got 50 other Mickey Mouse comics listed. Why are those okay and this one's not? That's the problem. Oh, understanding this is a bigger glitch problem. Yeah, I'm sure you will too, but it's really annoying.
There you go. List it like that.
That's the elf, the furry creature with the big ears. Yeah, yes, it is. So then I also had a person, Mickey the Rat. They wanted to buy a 1964 Yugoslavia Tourist Association map.
Okay.
They said, "Can you share more images? I'm needing a paper map to organize a holiday, and I want to be able to spread it out on the table." I said, "This is from 1964. I don't think it's going to suit your needs, given it's a 50-year-old map."
Exactly.
I said, "Oh, thank you." That person, by the way, now has a job as an eBay rep. Just letting you know. Just letting you know.
Awesome.
eBay has been taking down vintage passports. So do not list those if you have them. You used to be able to list them. They always sold. You can still sell those on Etsy, but you cannot sell them on eBay at this point. Do not try to sell, and we may have mentioned this in the past, do not try to sell license plates on Facebook. It is against Facebook rules. You can still sell them on eBay.
I try not to sell on Facebook, so I don't have to worry about that.
No, right. But somebody or other had their account banned or frozen because of selling license plates on there. You're not allowed to sell license plates. Crazy. Oh, there you go.
Oh, I had something. We had a couple items kicked off. One was a murderer set of cards, which we had trouble years ago. There was an issue with these when they first came out. They're very controversial, but they were worth a lot of money. And then we looked on eBay, and there was a ton of them being listed, a ton of them being sold. So we should have called up. But anyways, most of those people it's okay for them to sell them because they're flying under the radar, I guess. But we listed it, and that same day it got kicked off. So, it's crazy. Comic
prices are very, very odd. I buy things on Heritage from time to time.
I do.
There was a Aquaman #1 CGC 4.5.
Nice.
So I threw a bid in on it, and I won it at $400.
Sounds like a deal.
A week ago, let me see if real quick before I forget, I got a high price violation on Amazon, $3.11 for Avengers 145. So
they should know that your average ticket's less than that. And that's messed up.
Right, that is kind of high price.
No, hold on. Zmergy's in the house again.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
What are you going to do with it this time? Didn't you have something you did?
We're buying Banhammer. We're going to buy
that's right.
We're going to trick out our Banhammer.
That'd be a good one. Yeah. Exactly.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. That almost pays for my eBay glitch fee.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I paid $400 for, and it was CGC graded 4.5.
Right.
January 2nd, an ungraded, but they graded at 4.5, but not professionally graded.
Yeah.
Sold for $408. So I got it graded for about the same price.
Yeah. That's
not bad.
Yeah.
In August of 2022, one sold for $720.
Wow.
A year ago,
COVID, back in the end of COVID.
Valentine's Day 2022, so literally a year ago. So I bought mine essentially Valentine's Day this year for $400 graded. A year ago, $840. Wow. So it's dropped in half.
Aren't they doing they're doing a movie now? No, not Aquaman. They're doing Flash now, right? But We'll do an Aquaman movie.
But it dropped in half.
Yeah, no
$840 down to $400. So I'm quite happy with my buy.
Yeah, wait for Jason Momoa to come out of the woodworks again. He'll go back up.
I'm not too worried
That's
about
probably why
it.
it was at a peak. There was an Aquaman movie out like a year ago or so.
Yep. $840 down to $400. That's a haircut. There you go. January 2024. Yep.
Cool. Yeah, of course.
Thank you. We do appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Definitely do.
Oh, but Dad's. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, that's an idea for you.
Cool Cat D's in the house.
Couple of other quick things over here. So there is a website that is getting a lot of flack from people.
Google.
That one is too. We're going to get into that next. The CEO of this company was blasted by employees over his snobbish pivot to wealthy clients. Sound like anybody that you know, Mr. Magazine, as far as websites?
No, I don't know anyone like that.
No, websites.
Oh.
Do you remember a year or so ago when eBay wants to focus on the sneakers, the high-price sneakers, the high-price sports cards?
Yeah.
They want to kind of pivot away from the low-value buyers. This chief executive of this company is facing an employee backlash after he said that the chain plans to focus more exclusively on the wealthiest clients, a snobbish pivot that some sales staffers fear will alienate shoppers. They said that 2% of the company's customer base accounts for 40% of its business. So that's who they're going to go after, the well-heeled shoppers, and spend less time on the rest. And a bunch of the people working for this company said that basically, what, you don't think that the people that don't have money now can't become millionaires in the future? You need to cater to everybody.
Right.
This is Neiman Marcus that is making the same pivot that eBay did. And I saw that and I started laughing when I read that, because I said, it's not working for eBay and it's not going to work for Neiman Marcus. Right. If you're Tiffany and you have that, that is your clientele from the start. Right. And you don't downscale. Right. But you don't just kick off all the mid and low range shoppers. And that's eBay eventually will figure it out, and Neiman Marcus will as well. But I saw that and I wanted to bring that to you. No other reselling shows talks about Neiman Marcus. No, definitely not. Or Cardi B, who I'm sure is doing wonderfully. Yeah. And heading on into the last part of this over here. So Mr. Magazine did have his world rocked, and we found out Mr. Magazine was living under a rock all for the last couple of weeks. He had never heard of GPT. Yeah. Never heard of it all. I've been trying to figure out how we can utilize it in selling, and I'm not really sure at this point. And then I read a long article in The Economist, and they were saying that Microsoft isn't even sure how they're going to make money off of it. Really? On how they're going to sell advertising or how they're going to do stuff on it. They're not really certain on that. And as I was explaining in Mr. Magazine, I see the potential overall for the technology. And the reason why is I've had it before where I don't know where I want to go on vacation. I just want to go on vacation. Right. And I know I can do it sometime in February. That's hard to search for on Expedia. Yeah. Whereas if I could go into a search engine and say, I want somewhere kind of warm, that's not going to be too crowded, and the prices are going to be kind of low because I don't really care when in February I go. If I could say that and get results back that work off of that, right, all of a sudden I'm going, wow, I'm going to Barbados. I never thought that I would. That's a good idea. I never thought about it in this out of the way part of Barbados. Well, the deal was there in Expedia. Yeah. But I wouldn't know to type it in to find it. Right. And that's where I see the potential. But we could just all have to figure out how to turn that into something other we can use with the reselling. And I haven't figured that part out yet. Yeah. But I'm going to Barbados, so got that going for me.
Good for you. Hopefully you're leaving Wednesday to Wednesday.
Oh, see, GPT, I believe it is. Don, wow, you live under the same rock as Mr. Magazine.
Good for us.
There you go. Get it all listed. Exactly. Couple of other quick little things. Yes, the AI speech search. Yep.
80s, 90s, early 2000s for the most part. Late 80s, mid
late
80s.
Yeah, late 80s, yeah. 87, 88. Yeah, 88, yeah.
Panini Paul's got some help here.
Huge help for, okay, eBay listings, sell macros, and some Python scripts. Oh,
we all know what he's talking about, right?
Yeah, pythons.
Yeah, sure, exactly.
Speaking of pythons, I've never heard you.
Exactly.
Apparently.
Yeah. He thinks he's so cool and hip.
Oh, speaking of cool and hip.
See, here we go.
So there are a few resellers that have gotten together, and we were talking today on Discord, and I mentioned to Random Neighborhood Kid about Discord, and he goes, "You've got Discord?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh." I go, "What do you mean?" "Oh, you're on Discord and have been on it forever." He goes, "Yeah, but you're old. That's just weird." And he walked away.
Wow. Well, isn't he getting old now? Isn't he like 18, 19 years old?
You're old. That's just weird.
Jeez.
Oh.
All righty.
Of course, Eric.
Jeez.
So I want to thank everybody who went to Paperpalooza 2. It was actually great. I sold 26 out of 27 items.
Wow.
2 giveaways, and the same person won both of them. So everybody was screaming the fix was in.
Yeah.
Picked up a lot of new followers. People followed me over to my show on Tuesday. Anybody that's into print ads, this next Tuesday we'll have a few print ads and my regular things. And then we did do the Instagram. Mr. Magazine was nice enough to bring by. Do you know how many items you brought by, Mr. Magazine?
I was told 10,000, but I have no idea.
It literally is a 3.5 foot pile. 3.5 feet. That's a lot of ads.
That is a lot of ads. You should be the ad man.
I am going to be
doing ad guy for the next year and whatnot.
I will be doing a lot of print ads. Want to
Yeah.
give a shout out to Jiminy Flippit. He gave a shout out to us as well.
Yeah.
He does print ads a lot, and he's been very helpful to me in helping me tell me how to sell them, what to do with them. I definitely do appreciate that. If you're into print ads, you definitely want to check out Whatnot 4:00 Eastern on Tuesdays. It is going to be print ads for until 3.5 feet of them are gone.
Nice.
And
are they in there? Did I fill up this room again?
I put them in basement,
Okay.
all in a tub,
Good.
safe. And
just think you could list those for a year and build up inventory in the living room.
I was thinking I could list for a year and then build up good inventory for as soon as they're over, that my Whatnot auctions will be really good after that as well.
Yeah.
Hand to the sky. They're unsearched.
Are you going to sell them by the sleeve or?
I have no idea yet.
All right, cool.
But they're unsearched, and Mr. Magazine and I do not do ads. We wouldn't even if we searched them, I wouldn't know what to take out. So they're unsearched, and they're going to be put out there, and they're going to be priced to move. So if you are into reselling and like print ads or want to get into print ads, definitely start checking them out. We truly don't care what they go for. We want them gone.
Yeah.
Mr. Magazine got a good deal on them, and that's the perfect thing for Whatnot. I know you're not a big fan of Whatnot, but that's the perfect thing for it.
Perfect thing to give you for Whatnot, because I wanted them gone.
Yep. So want to thank everybody for that as well.
Well, very cool. All right.
We're doing something on Whatnot. You might take the word up out of there, but yeah.
I need to set an alarm too, because I don't know when it is, and I feel like I'm calling him half the time when he's still doing these things.
I work it into the show though. I'll be like, "What is Random Neighborhood Kid calling me? He knows I got a show right now." I will be at some point. I will be bringing them back. I just have not, with the day job, has just been brutal, and I've not had the time to put stuff together. I've got probably 15 items put aside for it. They will be coming back. I'm not certain when. I just need to get ahead of things a little bit. Paper Pushers Discord server. Just let us know when you're joined. There you go.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Feel free to drop a link to that, Dawn, if you want. Back of turning toilet paper sharing, exactly.
Then 100,000 magazines.
And $100,000 bills.
I wish.
All right, we're going to head on into the main topic, and it's called, and this is something that we've all done, and we want to share a few stories over here, and it's called traveling for the deal.
Okay.
And could you survive locally? Yes, you could. I could, especially now that we've been doing it for years. We definitely could find plenty of things to sell. And in fact, when I started out, pretty much everything I did was within, a 50-mile radius of my house.
Right.
At this point, I'm doing a lot of traveling, and you definitely are countrywide on your purchases. No doubt at all about it. Oh, hold on one second.
Golf mags are hit and miss. The popular guys will sell on the cover, Tiger, Nicholas, guys like that all the time. So, I would be selling those.
Yep. How about any better titles? Golf Digest, Golf, any of those?
Not really. Just wherever you got the, even some older ones could be good. 50s and 60s are always good. When you get into the 70s and 80s, it's going to be Nicholas, Palmer, stuff like that.
Yep, very good. But the reason why I wanted to bring this up is there is the gentleman who I texted, as a matter of fact, that had picked up all those magazines at the One Estate sale. He said that, and this takes some guts. I will say this takes some guts.
Okay.
He only does estate sales and auctions. He went from Rochester to Albany for an estate sale.
Okay.
Which is about a 3.5-hour drive. Then he went up to Boston for an estate sale from there.
Wow, cool.
So that's got to be another 3.5, 4-hour drive, something really like that. So he put in 15 hours worth of driving for estate sales.
Yeah. Wow.
And the problem with the estate sales, I mean, granted, you go to an auction, you don't know what the prices are going to be, but you know that it's going to be starting out at a price that you can,
Sure.
You may be able to win it, you may not be able to win it, you never know. Yeah. But you've actually got a chance on everything. Whereas you go to an estate sale and you're standing up there in line, you absolutely don't know. I mean, if they have good things, but they have high prices on everything.
Yeah, well, you almost force yourself to buy something, and then you're going to make nothing. You probably feel happier paying full price and breaking even than leaving with nothing.
Right. Yeah. If you got 15 hours worth of driving in, you were pressured to buy something for sure. And so I said, hey, in 56 weeks, 2 days, but who's counting? I'll be retired. Maybe I can ride with you. And he goes, oh yeah, that'd be awesome. I could use the company. So who knows? I may be doing that.
Yeah.
But just kind of wondering how much traveling all of you do out there as well, because it kind of is a sickness.
Yeah. It is.
Because we can get enough stuff locally.
Right.
Yet the thought always is there's something really, really good somewhere else. And I know that Craig from Vintage Syndicate and Ephemera, like, he'll be going down to Florida on vacation and immediately going to auctions down there. So he just goes to auctions right when he goes down there. I know that I've gone when I went on football trips, I used to check out, see where the flea markets were, and hit the flea markets when I was on football trips. And I got to where, there were a couple of flea markets that I knew in San Diego that I would go out to and do very well at.
Right.
The problem, of course, is how you're going to get the stuff home when you're flying.
Sure.
But then you can always send the stuff back and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And any number of people from at least locally travel on up to Brimfield and do that all the time. What is your feelings on traveling and the need to do it? Or is it more just the want to do it? Or what is it, Mr. Magazine?
Paul's got a perfect answer here because he drives a couple hours to get all this great stuff from this awesome place in Rochester. So just think of that. And there's a lot more coming whenever you're ready down the road. But I will travel anywhere in the U.S. because we're going to Washington. I'm flying out in how many weeks? 3 weeks, maybe. So that'll be the furthest I've ever flown for any collection. That'll beat where did we go last time? Colorado or something like that. So that would be even farther. But and I'm going just to look at it right now. I kind of know what's there. It's like 50,000 pieces. It's going to take an 18-wheeler. The stuff's not going anywhere. The guy's been moving back and forth, and he's older, and he just wants them gone. It's a multi-million-dollar deal. It gives me time to come up with some money, figure out how I'm going to do it. But I've been doing this so long now, like in minutes, I've already orchestrated how it's going to be done because I told the guy, I go, okay, listen, is everything at your location? Well, no, some is at a storage unit. I said, well, I'm going to fly my 2 guys in. All right. I'm going to rent an 18-wheeler. My 2 guys are going to rent a truck. They're going to go to the storage unit, get what's not at your house, bring it to your house. Whatever doesn't fit in your house is going to stay in the truck locked because the 18-wheeler is not going to drive all over, Washington for it. And, just like that, I'm thinking, I'm getting solutions. And the guys, oh, that's great. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I was worried. And I said, well, where do you live? So then they're going to do the Google map of how the truck can go in and back it up. But yeah, I mean, and then we're going to have to probably mail out some banker boxes like we did before. Most of the stuff is boxed in those big Home Depot boxes, but he's got 300 boxes and a ton of stuff that's not boxed. So we might have to ship out maybe 100 bankers, but we have 2 months to do it. Aaron's one of the drivers, so he's going to be rehabbing his. He had a hip surgery, so it gives me 2 months till he can do it. 2 months for me to save up. The guy's happy. We got a game plan, and I don't have to worry about it. I do have to worry about coming up with the money because it is a nice chunk of change, but definitely a great deal though. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was all that involved in it. And here I am worried about whether
Yeah.
the Subaru will make it to where I want to
And
go.
once we have a date, which at least a month or two in advance, probably soon, I'm going to call the trucking company, 18-wheeler company, and say, hey, here's the location. Give me the cost, because we looked into cross-country Penske's. We would need 2 of them. They're $7,000 a piece cross-country.
Oh,
You got one-way cross-country, plus gas, plus everything else, plus my 2 guys driving for 4 days. You know, where this is it. They fly in and out. They work for a day or two. So the labor is cheaper, obviously, but also the flights can be cheaper than paying them for 4 days. And then the trucking company is usually, it was a price of 1 Penske, even if it's price and a half, I'll still save $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 doing it that way. So
wow.
yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
a big boy deal right
Yeah,
there, my friend.
absolutely. But
Holy mackerel.
one that I have to get.
So I got some signed playbills at 50 cents a piece. I just
Ooh,
wanted to
nice,
bring that up.
nice, yeah.
Wow.
Very good
Holy
stuff.
mackerel. Wow. The other reason why I wanted to see how much people travel is because, again, I go.
Oh, hold on. Jack is in the house. Hey, I might do that. Give me your digits, and we'll see if we can meet up.
There you go.
Yeah. I am bringing Mysterious Benefactor as well, because he has family out there, so we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Just, Jackass, just email me over at info@papergoy.com, and I will forward it right to Mr. Magazine. It's the easiest way, info@papergoy.com. On that there, come to Colorado.
Yeah. Very cool.
Rambling boy, why don't you settle down?
Why don't you show what I gave you? And it's red. It's in there. Go get it. Come on, go.
Then you have to talk.
I do have to talk. Well, I'm going to go out to Colorado after I go to Washington. That's going to be quite a hike, so I'll probably have to fly down there. I just need him to get away for a few minutes. So,
Rambling boy, why don't you settle down?
Anywho, we got Mr. Magazine new hoodies.
Your kind of town.
New hoodies. My employees love them. I do have a few extra large and extra large. If anyone wants one, I will ship them out for free for any of you guys until we sell out, or not sell out, but run out. But hit up Paper Goy or me, and if you want 1 or 2, we'll see what we can do.
Nice. Look at you.
We got about 10 left or something.
Giving back to the community.
Yeah, very
nice.
Cool. Of course.
Yeah, so I'll be going to Springfield Antique Show in Ohio. I'll be going to the Allentown Paper Show. Of course, I do Madison Bachville. I've already talked to local Mike, and after I retire in 56 weeks, 2 days, but who's counting? I'll be going up to Brimfield with him. But then the question comes, how much further do I want to expand that? Because I'm sure that I could find something to do almost every weekend.
Right.
There might be the 3rd Saturday in January might always be a big showdown in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
The 4th Saturday might be a big showdown in Houston. And how much traveling do I end up wanting to do? Because the other problem is, unless I'm buying all this stuff and flipping it all to you, when do I have time to list any of it if I'm spending all that time traveling?
That's
and that could be a big problem
having
too.
Problem myself, we have a lot of good stuff just sitting around. Source the box in Washington instead of shipping them. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Like contact Staples and have Staples delivered to the gentleman's house from there.
You talking about the banker box?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, it'll be like we did in Georgia. I think
WB Mason.
WB wasn't down there, so we use Staples. So it's either Staples or WB. But yeah, absolutely for banker boxes, we will do that. Yeah.
Huh. There you go. But yeah, so that is always the question: is how much traveling do you want to do? But the other side of it is you can see the country, you can plan your trips and take vacations and all that kind of stuff as well. And I do enjoy it.
Right.
But again, if all I'm doing is going and buying and sourcing trips, I never list anything and I never sell anything.
Sure, yeah.
Or if I'm gone for 3, 4, 5 days, keep putting my store on vacation, mode.
See?
Then you're coming back and you don't make any sales.
You need a helper. I mean, honestly, you're gonna have to bite the bullet. Something, I don't know.
Yeah, or the other thing too, because I don't put it on and then my things are delayed and all of a sudden I have things late going out and I end up getting strikes against me.
Luckily, you got 56 and a half weeks to figure that out.
56 weeks, 2 days.
2 days, sorry. But
don't put an extra half a
wine.
day.
I don't mind a Moscato. I'm not a big wine person, but I'll drink Moscato. I don't mind it. I'll drink almost anything. I'm not fussy, but I'm a more rum and Coke guy, but Moscato's fine by me.
So yeah, it's just interesting when thinking about how much traveling and how so many of the big dealers do traveling everywhere. They do a lot of traveling, all across the country.
Mm-hmm.
You're a national brand at this point. Mr. Buys-A-Lot's a national brand. A few other national people that Mile High Comics that just will go on buying trips all over the country to pick things up.
Thank you, my son. Yep, boredom. Gotta love them.
Nice. So, oh, there we go. There we go. At some point. Don't put your store on vacation. Change your shipping time.
All right. Yep. Captain and Diet. Yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
All righty. So that was an interesting little thing there into traveling and the problems that come in there. And Mr. Magazine, were you able to come up with a rambling story of the week?
I think I got a rambling story of the week. So
okay.
Today is Mrs. Magazine's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Magazine.
We went out to dinner beforehand. So I might as well pay tribute to tell you guys how I asked her to marry me. What do you think? Do you remember this?
I do not.
All right. So, well, we dated for like 20 years out of high school, whatever. So everyone kept pressuring me. My buddies kept getting married and like, you got to bite the bullet. So how am I going to do this? I came up with this big grand scheme to do it at her cousin's wedding. And then they said I would be taking steam away from them.
I was just going to say that wouldn't do that.
That wouldn't be good. It'd be take steam away from the couple. So I had to come up with something. I was supposed to do it soon. So I didn't have an answer. I didn't know what to do. So we're miniature. I did have the ring with me.
Oh, I do remember the story. Yes.
We're golfing, miniature golf. I'm trying to think of what to do. Well, I don't know. It must have been the 12th or 13th hole. I get a hole in one. I'm like, why not drop it in the hole in one? So she wasn't paying attention. Dropped the ring in the hole in one. And when she went up next to get her ball, she saw it in there.
Nice.
So there you have it.
Nice.
True love.
Wouldn't it be funny if she was getting set to hit and goes, I'm sick of this game. We're not playing anymore. Exactly. She just walked away.
Yeah. Or someone like hits it from the other like the 12th hole and it pops in. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, go get it. I'm like, no. It's my luck.
All right, everybody. Definitely. Exactly.
I was not Mr. Magazine then. Yeah.
Definitely do hit us up all week long. Let us know. Keep us abreast of any changes that goes on with the glitch. Definitely check out Auction Professor's video. He got a little bit irate. Check out Popeye's video. He shows how much he paid. Check out our video. We talk about it as well. I'm sure a bunch of other people are probably talking about it now as well. Do pass it along to everybody. Everybody do check, see how much it is. Poor Popeyes is on the hook for a lot of money, but I'm sure eBay will eventually help him, even though Tiffany doesn't seem to want to help him.
Hopefully they don't take his money and then you got to worry about getting it back.
I think
that's a problem.
Yep.
I would be flipping out.
So unfortunately, a lot of people are getting hit with it. Do check and see if you got hit or not. $18, that hits me hard, but not as hard as it hit other people. But definitely do keep track of it. And as soon as some answer comes down, we will definitely let you know if we can hear anything out there about how they're going to reimburse people. Hopefully it's automated, but I don't know how they would end up doing that unless their program went through and basically just refunded people. I mean, I guess what I would do if I were eBay is I'd bite the bullet, because there are some people out there who legitimately are paying the dollar.
Right.
But probably what I would do if I were eBay, and I don't know if I would trust my programmers to have it, I would probably have somebody else write the program. But anybody who got charged $1 between this time and this time, on say the 14th through 16th, should immediately get it credited back. And even if they had it checked and were expected to pay $1, give it to them back. Better to do that than make everybody complain and want to get their money back. So eventually it'll play out the right way. Eventually people will get their money back. It's obviously a glitch. It's obviously a known glitch, but it'll be really interesting to watch how it all unfolds. Good luck to everybody out there. Good luck to you, Popeye, especially. You're a good dude, and that just hurts. And definitely do check out Tuesdays, 4:00 p.m. for over on Whatnot. Check out Papergoy, and if you're into print ads, you'll definitely want to check it out. And $40. Okay, yep. So
it was just a one-day thing.
It seems to be.
Sure? Okay.
It seems to be. Nobody has said it happened before, and it looks like it happened.
You might as well double check mine, but I only saw a few. But we can do that Monday.
Yep.
Cool.
So hit the like button before you head on out. We got a video up tomorrow, of course, and we will see you next video.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.